Hey, I'm Flash Gets Tom. This is Flash Gets Don. That's Flash Gets Hunter. All right, good intro.
I'm Meat Canyon.
I wanted to re-bring something up that I've been thinking about deeply recently, actually. And I feel like I've gotten pretty far in convincing Don. So now it's time to sway you. Cum table. For the Cream Crew set, don't shake your head, hear me out. For the Cream Crew set, we need to encase in a swirly raspberry ripple pattern like a reservoir of like cum inside of resin. So you don't actually have to touch the cum, but everyone knows that the table is cum infused. And I think that's a very strong selling point and will get us a lot of listeners.
You know, I'm legitimately worried for myself that I'm sort of coming around to it.
Yes!
Well, no, but because
yes!
the scary thing is it makes me wonder, like, would you have been a Nazi, like, if everyone else was doing it?
Yes.
Would I have been a Nazi if everyone else was
Yes.
doing it?
But both of you guys, if you guys were random German men, you would like so blindly just follow any cause that was put in front of you. I think it'd be years before you'd even know what the actual cause of what's going on is. Maybe we don't. No. Maybe we don't start this podcast off by immediately like Nazi sympathizing and saying that you guys would be Nazis.
I'm not sympathizing. I don't trust myself to not go along with it.
Don gas the Jews, Gregor.
Because he's somehow like half talked me into this fucking cum table idea.
There's no.
So it's like how
I will
how
not have a cum table. I won't.
I'm Hitler swaying the masses towards the cum table. I'm on my little box like, ich spent thousands of thousands! And people are like, cum table's actually not a bad idea. This guy's really passionate about cum tables.
I just want to reiterate that it started off by saying that Don's like, I'm afraid that I would be swayed to be a Nazi. And then Tom immediately went to, I'm Hitler, and I'm swaying people.
Yes, I'm Hitler! Yes!
Finally! God!
No, the cum table.
You're trying to sabotage the cum table idea by likening it to Nazism, and I'm not gonna have it. There is legitimate reasons for this project to go ahead.
Well, no, but I can track the reasons. So we went and talked to all our patrons, like a little private patron call.
First thing we said, guys, what do you think? Cum table.
The first thing you said, sir. What do you think?
Okay, well, you were just following orders, right?
Yeah, I mean, they were all initially disgusted as you have to be, but then they were also like, yeah, I mean, I would have to check it out. I would feel obligated.
You're talking to people though that like are on your side.
If you heard
already.
like, oh, these guys that do
our patrons are Nazis now too.
You know what's a good yes.
Cum Nazis. Our patrons are cum Nazis.
They had the legitimate initial revulsion, but then they were like, yeah, you know, if I heard there was a comedy podcast and the guys doing it sit at a table that has their cum in it, like I'd probably have.
You would listen and watch that.
No, I wouldn't.
This is an overnight sensation.
You fucking would.
Yeah, you would.
If it was someone else.
Dude, okay, imagine this, right? You're someone trying to sell this podcast to their friends, and you're like, listen to an episode, they're like, there's so many podcasts already, there's so much to watch. And then they say they sit at a table infused with their own cum. What? You wouldn't go and you wouldn't be like, I'm gonna go listen to that.
Well, I'd be like,
you'd be like, all right.
Are my ears supposed to see the fucking table? Like, what do you like? It's a podcast. It's not like it's Larry King. It'd only be good if it was pre-existing. It'd only be good. Well, you said podcast in the sense, and you said, would you listen? All right, I understand we have.
Okay, would you
webcams,
watch, you fucking pedant?
No.
Stop being obtuse.
I would only care if it was something affecting a pre-existing thing. Like it would interest me if it's like, oh, CNN, yeah, all the news anchors, yeah, for some weird reason, all the desks are made of all the employees' cum, and it's like a large amount of cum. This wouldn't even be a noteworthy amount of cum.
So the solution then is to add more cum.
The amount
you just
of cum,
like
it would
you
be,
can take yourself out of it. You can be like, if CNN did it, I'd love it, you fucking liberal bitch. But if Tom, Don, and Hunter did it, I wouldn't like it.
No, there's just literally no appeal. There's no appeal, and you're doing this thing where you're like getting all excited as if like you're like a third grader and you're going to someone's house after school or something like that. And it's like, you know, really excited and charged, and only to get sexually molested by the friend's dad during the night, because that's the ultimate failure that you're getting ready to come to. And I have no desire for cum table. No desire.
well, let me persecute this. You were cool with like blood infused table, right?
Yes.
Okay, why blood infused table? What's exciting about that to you?
I think that it's been a long-standing tradition forever that blood is the thing, like the sign of bonding, like bound by blood type deal. It's been like for ages type deal.
Blood is about bonding, but cum isn't.
No.
Literally, cum makes like new babies.
Don, do you want to try to hop in on how cum is bonding? Since you're down on this. I see you starting to shake your head. I see you starting to maybe see that the side that you may have chose is maybe not
on the wrong side of history.
I didn't
Because if you guys want to, you can like come on each other's backs. You can do it.
Side. I did not say I've chosen a side. I said that
you made it pretty.
I said that I am
terrified.
Clear. I said that I'm terrified that there are cracks in the dam that I built against.
You literally are a German citizen in 1932. I swear to God, you're just like, I don't know why, but the fear keeps seeping over me. Maybe he's right. I don't know what's going on. No, seal the cracks up and stand up for yourself. God damn. Because
if we seal them up with cum, then it's fine.
If you do, it wouldn't hold. It wouldn't hold. God damn it.
Don would crumble apart, cum at the seams.
I think in any regard, any liquid going inside of it at this point is also played out.
You think cum table is played out? Something too revolutionary for you?
No.
Fuck off.
I think
Go and explain that.
I think it's going back. It's like tracking back, but being a watered down version of what could be awesome. And that's why I don't support.
Wait. You like blood, but cum is watered down.
I'm just saying blood would be more acceptable.
That's why it's boring. That's why no one has the balls to do cum table. Every fucking loser podcast can do blood table.
Some women don't have balls to do it.
You've lost me, bud.
It's because women don't have balls and they can't come. So
I get it. Not your finest
Don
work.
was confused. That's why I was spelling it out for him.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, take a sip of that coffee.
I don't know. I'm gonna do it whether you want me to or not. Essentially.
Okay. Well,
and if you don't want to be in cum table, that's on you.
I will make my own podium then.
Your own podium at the cum table.
I'll make a podium that I stand at, and then a camera will be facing it, and I'll be in a different room, and we will be in the same house but not in the same room.
Don, help me. What is it about cum table that is creating cracks in your non-cum armor?
The
marketing value.
Marketing, obviously. Yeah.
The market. Don sees the matrix of views.
Is plainly it. I'm still disturbed by how much it puts a twinkle in your eye.
It's so funny. Cum table is so funny.
It's
like a raspberry ripple of cum table.
You know how I know it's not? Is that I know that if any other person did it, I'd be like, that's really fucking lame.
Dude, you were talking about how...
I can accept that argument too, that it's try hard. It's potentially
try hard. You were talking the other day about like the glory days of YouTube where people like Chad and Max from Cold Ones and Filthy Frank made like cake out of piss and hair and ate it and vomited all over each other. You're like, yeah, that. But cum table is like completely different. Cum table's try
definitely
hard. Eating baked hair.
You want to eat a cum cake?
Yeah, you're saying
no,
that
I don't.
Well, because the thing about that was that it was pushing the fucking boundaries, and not only did they just, it's not like they just like,
this is pushing the boundaries.
No, it's
the
not.
The very fact
Tom,
you're so scared of it is proof.
What's pushing the boundaries is shaving off people's hair from different parts of their body and then consuming it. You know what's really fucking lame? Coming on a table and then putting a gloss over it, and it's just like my cum's in that. It's like a fucking It's just so lame. It's so lame.
This is a total
cool
different tact.
There's nothing.
You're a fearful man.
You know what would be cool in that regard?
In
a stupid, like jackass, like early 2000s level of humor. What would be cool is if either in the center of it, in the center of the table, there was like a cube and you couldn't smell it. But if someone took a shit and it was a perfect turd that was in the center of the table or something, and it could be covered by piss or whatever the fuck you want, cum or whatever, but it was encased and it's just this disgusting like cube of just slop, but it was like see-through and you could actually see.
No one wants that.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to
look at a pile of shit.
No sense.
Cum is funny because of the connotations attached to cum. It's like supposed to be this thing that you only share with, you know, women or your loved ones, but you put it in like your brosphere.
Women or your loved ones?
Women.
I was
men,
trying to be. I was trying to be
sisters,
progressive.
Your mothers.
Fair enough.
Brothers.
I
cousins.
like a swirly moat of cum.
Why can't we have something just like brutal and cool? That's like cool
Because
for
it's
us?
not brutal and cool. Do you know what you are? You're like the metal bands nowadays coming out with like Satan. It's like that was scary and rad like 30 fucking years ago.
Yeah,
Find
but the
something else.
aesthetic of it is cool. I will say, what if instead of that, if there was a
Is it though?
if we had a instead of like the cum and shit and all that stuff, if we just had a sick sword, kind of like King Arthur's Excalibur, stuck in the center of the
That is so much more lame than cum table.
I think it's
That
sick.
is. It would be super cool if we had a sword implanted in the table
dude.
like King Arthur. That would be so rad.
And we have a
And
random
you have
horse.
the fucking gumption.
We have a random horse
to call me
behind
a
us.
fucking third grader, sir.
We have a random horse. I can put a king crown on. I have a peon that sucks and fucks me while I do the podcast. It'd be great. Celtic theme table.
And the cum drips down the horse's back into the cum reservoir that swirls around
I'm
the
fucking
table.
the peon, not the horse.
Oh, you're fucking
The horse
peon.
does not get fucked in this situation. The horse is there to carry me away when I am done sucking and fucking and getting sucked and fucked by the peon.
Okay, well, I feel like we've reached a natural conclusion of this. Cum table is a go.
Cum table is not a
Hunter's
go.
gonna have
No.
Hunter's gonna have a
Nay.
podium of some sort.
Nay, the gavel has been. My vote is in. No. There you go.
But Don and my votes is
It
overruling.
is not a majority rules. It is a
Oh,
three-party
he's the
agreement.
Nazi now, buddy, Mister
Democracy.
Dictator. Democracy is 2v1 rule, baby.
No.
Bump it,
Democracy.
No, I think if the I think if the jury had to
Don bumped
be
it.
dismissed, then I would say no at the moment.
Why don't you just suck the cum out of Hunter's dick like you want to,
Democracy.
and put that in the cum table?
Democracy. You know what, Don? I know exactly. You know, I appreciate the. I think
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with myself.
I am being
I'm
honest
just being
too. I would
honest,
not
Hunter.
fight. I legitimately would not fight this. I wouldn't fight this fight if I didn't think it was just a really, really stupid thought. Maybe the dumbest thing you've ever told me. And you've said
guys
some
are fucking
stupid
cowards.
shit.
Absolute cowards.
You've said
Everyone who wants cum table, comment below. Everyone who doesn't love cum table, don't say anything. No one cares.
Or also, maybe give ideas for a future table.
Or different designs of cum table.
Whoever
Also
gets the
acceptable.
most liked table comment gets a $10 iTunes gift card, which is worth a lot these days. That's a high commodity.
I like a nice polished cement table. I think I'm gonna make.
Ah,
I think I'm gonna make
God.
myself a cement table when we move.
Really?
Been thinking about it. Yeah.
Cum cement?
Cement?
No, just cement, Tom. I think just some.
Yeah, you know, you can't add cum. If anything, it makes it worse every time. Like I feel like I would look at a random cement table and laugh more than I would at a cum cement table. There's no level of humor for cum cement tables or just cum anything.
Right, okay. Continue your spiel.
Well, what do you mean by a cement table?
I was just saying. I think a cement table is cool. You have like a slab of cement for the surface, and you polish it to like a mirror finish. Just looks awesome.
Wouldn't like a marble or like a granite kind of stone?
Marble's basic bitch. I think cement's cool.
I feel like cement is like poor like are you building a sidewalk that you're gonna like ride on? Like I don't like.
No, it's smooth and shiny. What are you talking about?
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just when I think cement, I think of like what I walk on.
Okay.
Like I imagine
There's some real tension here, right?
I imagine a sidewalk panel that you're putting on like some legs, and you're like there's like a MacBook Pro on top of a sidewalk square.
That's
Cum table's starting to sound kind of appealing, huh, Don?
That's a real lack of imagination you got there, Hunter.
I mean, apparently
The
so.
irony.
I didn't know that you were like the George Washington Carver to cement over here.
George Washington Carver.
Just like repurposing cement in 70,000 different ways. Doing a nice little repurpose. You know what I like is barnwood. I like barnwood a lot. Nice aged wood. And you can tell people how old it is.
Someday you're gonna come over to my house, and I'm gonna have a cement table, and I'm gonna record without you knowing. Your flattery.
You know, I'll say I'll probably be like, that's what is this nice? What's this? It's cement. Oh wow, And I'll probably make the same joke I did, like you're like the George Washington Carver of and just do it again. And then it's you like making a disgruntled sound, like the camera's like this, and you're like, you like put it down, like
you ruined it.
Stop! You like put the camera down. The video ends with like you lunging towards me. Oh, I was gonna say I hate anime. I wanted us to watch anime. Like an anime together, and I wanted people this episode to comment down what their favorite anime is so we could try to give it a shot. Like I'd love to watch a couple episodes of an anime because I believe you guys are in the same boat as me, but I would love to try to watch an anime and actually like get away from it and be like, it wasn't that bad, but I just don't feel like it's gonna happen.
I'm down. Get on that Hulu watch party, yo.
If you had to make an anime, how would you start yours?
Well, every time you have a character come on screen, they have to announce everything they're about. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong.
I wanted an anime where it was nothing but explanation.
That is every fucking anime ever made.
Yeah, but to an extent of like, even when somebody's walking down the street, he's like, I'm walking now and I have to go to this place. And then when he like goes in, he's like, this is this place that I was saying that I should go to. Like, it's just nothing but explanation. I'm trying to think of a fun title for it.
What, your anime?
Yeah.
So like every fucking little action is over explained and overwrought.
Yeah.
Fucking One Punch Man's got some good bits on that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time they're like doing this monologue and then, I don't know, he's like not listening or some shit.
Yeah.
The fucking whatever his name is like, that's like his whole existence is that joke, the android guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Guy's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's like tongue in cheek, but it still hurts to sit through.
Japanese culture, man, is those people living on that island are just existing peacefully, and then you have people across the world so desperately trying to take what is rightfully theirs type deal. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of people that are obsessed with like Japanese culture is insane to me.
Are you putting forward a culture vulture argument?
No, I just it just feels like you don't see anything with like, you know, French people. It's like,
have you ever thought about how black people have basically culture vultured the N-word? No, that was our word.
No.
I'm leaving enough space to have that cut right out. The podcast.
We came up with the words. That was part of our culture, right? And then they took it from us, and no one says a thing.
Just in the, if you look at your interface, if you take the razor tool, you're gonna be wanting to cut that. You're wanting to move like
hey,
that.
if Kevin Smith can do it, I can do it. All right.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Kevin Smith though is that it was a pretty tasteful joke, I guess, versus Tom, where it just seemed like general hearsay. Yeah, I think so. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? God.
What is weird?
Yeah, I'm
well,
pantomiming as you.
Kevin Smith did that joke in Clerks 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the porch monkey thing, which is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
As soon as I do it,
she was
everyone
cute.
gets all uncomfortable.
She was cute. Well, no, Tom, you didn't. It wasn't you just being like, oh, well, I did it. It was more you being like, do you find it just kind of weird that black people have just kind of like taken our racial slur and kind of made a mockery of it?
Yeah.
Kind of odd, right?
Yeah.
No one's thought that. No one cares.
No one. Sorry, back to Japanese people.
Anyways, back to Japanese people. I just find it's interesting, like even Chinese, the culture for it's like just strictly Japanese. It's crazy.
Have you ever noticed how Asian people, except the Japanese, seem to paint with math? Have you ever looked at like Chinese and Korean paintings?
Paint with math.
It's like the painting is like comprised of math. There's no like soul in it. It's not like appealing. It's like it looks like a very technical. It looks like a technical masterpiece.
I have also thought that on many occasions.
I bet you have too.
Not just
technical masterpiece.
You put,
but there's just like
but you're
something
putting
missing.
All these racist undertones with it. Even using the word, it looks mathematical. What the fuck kind of phrasing?
It does. I'm sorry that Asians are so great at math. I apologize, Asian
Good
people.
Lord.
God, it's almost like they're not humans. They just
Wow. Okay, Don. Woo. Let's pull this all back.
I'm going
I'm
to start.
so
I want
sorry.
everyone to
I think
shut the
there's
fuck up for a second because I'm going to restart
need
the
to-
segment. And I don't want this to get. I just want to have a conversation about how the world just basically rapes the shit out of Japanese culture.
They like it. You think they don't like it?
Hey, Justin, I'm gonna plant like a no silly games flag here. None of that was okay.
It was fucking okay.
No,
We're not
ahead.
okay with jokes.
Go ahead and cut it.
We're
and
not okay with jokes.
Don't send it for a few days, and Tom will forget he said it, and then he won't be
I
upset.
don't
you go.
forget a single thing that is said in these podcasts.
that's not true.
I don't forget a thing.
I don't think. All right. I don't think that. I don't think Japanese people like it that there's like sweaty, fat American men that are
Dude,
like,
they absolutely like it.
no.
They're not fucking bitches like everyone else. They're like, oh, people like the shit we make. That's awesome.
Hmm.
They're not like, oh, you can't do that because you're not this kind of person. It's not allowed. Japanese people are like, yeah, this is cool. I'm glad you like it.
I've heard it actually swings the other way, or at least it used to. Like, aren't they like super down on cowboys? I think they're super down on cowboys.
I think they're
Like,
super
they
down
have,
on
like,
Western culture and stuff.
Yeah, well,
for
they have
sure.
like saloon nights and shit, and wear cowboy hats and stuff, and it really offends me a lot.
Yeah, do you
The,
really get mad about that?
Uh-huh. It's like if I wore a samurai costume.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty
Japanese
offensive.
people would love that.
Yeah.
No.
Unironically, they would,
You know what's
they would be
odd,
like, that's
though,
awesome.
is that if you wore a samurai outfit,
you do you,
it
Gaijin.
would be probably considered. Would you say that would be like considered like it's like the girl who went to prom in like that traditional Japanese dress, and people said it was.
It would be considered racist, but it would not be racist.
I mean, it wouldn't, but I feel like people would be like, that's racist. Versus like
They would, but it's
a
not.
Japanese person could wear a cowboy outfit, and I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yes, that's called a double standard.
What I wouldn't give to see like a cowboy night in Japan, and everybody is dressed up in like,
Cowboy night.
Levi's and cowboy hats. walking around.
Yeehaw!
PlayStation,
Fucking awesome.
PlayStation headquarters. Everybody's like walking around like holding them out.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, Gaijin! That would be awesome. I would be
Maybe
down
we
for
can
that.
also cut that part. I don't know if that needs to be in there as well. But the this has been kind of a actually, from start
Fucking awesome
from
podcast.
start to where we are now. It's been literally nothing but horribly racist shit. And I don't know,
You endorse
Justin,
it
you're gonna have
completely, I
to,
understand.
Justin's like gonna be like a fucking circus bear or some shit. Like bouncing on a ball, having to like figure this shit out on the go.
Literally, all that's going to be left is cum table, and that was the plan all along.
It's just Tom saying "cum table" and the podcast ends. That's the entire episode. I will say though, the reason I brought that up is, like I said, I've been watching that YouTube channel, Paulo from Tokyo, and he does like videos where it's like day in the life of like a Japanese butcher, like basically just all these random Japanese jobs, like manga artist, all this kind of stuff. And I'm so infatuated, like I just love the work traditions that Japanese people do. Like they don't make calls over the phone. They go, even if it's a 3-second conversation, they will meet up with that person face to face. And it's like a physical, like there's just the respect is like the most, like it's like king of their culture,
They have the most fucked work to life ratio in the world, though. That's why they're all topping themselves at record numbers.
I thought that was China. Because from what I saw, I thought I saw something of like I thought I saw a Japanese statistic where like they're like the third best minimum wage or something like that, or like type
Japanese kill themselves at an incredible pace.
Well, let me tell you
'Cause,
something.
like,
With Paulo from Tokyo, people look pretty happy. He makes it look like
The thing is like the bosses. You can't just work and do your shift and fuck off home. The bosses are like, no, we go to karaoke. And you're like, oh, God, I just did a 12-hour shift and I have to spend 4 hours with my boss getting drunk
that is
and
true.
do it all over again.
The weird, the one thing I took away from it where I was like, oh, shit, is like individuality really isn't a thing. It seems like you are kind of pressured into...
That's okay? That's okay? He says that they're all the same?
They all look the same. Yeah.
He's allowed to say that?
No, listen.
Can't tell the difference between each other.
You're cutting me off. Individuality is
really
a
no
thing.
individuality in those Japanese people.
Because what I mean
Jim,
is that
I thought I was looking in a mirror.
what I was going to say is that individuality in the sense of like, if you get like you're off work and some guy's like, hey, we're going to go out to drinks and shit. You want to come with us? And you're like, nah. They like outcast you from their fucking group. Like, it's like you have to like
conform.
Yeah, like you have to be a part of the group to like be in the which they were saying was a positive for like face mask wearing for the coronavirus, because then if you don't wear the face mask, then it makes you an outcast, blah blah. That's what one thing he said in a recent video that I thought was kind of interesting. But
well, yeah, there's
like,
obviously pros and cons, you know.
Yeah,
like people in Western countries that is like a whole deal, and has always been a whole deal, is like hyper individualism for sure.
I was so fucking stupid about Queen's Gambit.
Huh?
What was wrong with me? Queen's Gambit.
Oh, have you reversed your position on this now?
I just missed it. They pulled a fast one on me because you go into it expecting it to be like this feminist manifesto.
It is.
You know? Well, it is, but like it was like subdued enough to forgive it. I was like, all right, so there's some of that stuff, but like, she's also kind of an interesting character. So I had forgiven that, and then I let my guard down. And then, but yeah,
and it all seeped in.
Retrospect, it is such a like communist.
Was this after I like?
Yeah. No, you spelled it out, and then I started thinking about it in like every episode, and yeah, it's.
It is like just like man, communism's so great. We stupid fucking American idiots with our rights.
What'd you think of Queen's Gambit?
I only saw one episode. I was watching my wife, or I saw part of an episode, and I thought to myself, nah. Well, I walked in, I was like, is it about chess? And she's like, yeah, but it's about all of it. I'm like, nah. So I said, nah. She was like freaking out, having like a freak out thing. She's like addicted to pills or something. And then she like walks in and there's like chess pieces on the ceiling. And all of a sudden she's like Rain Man and can like win all this shit. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no interest in watching this. And that was about the extent.
It's like a well-made product.
I hear nothing but good things, but I just have no desire to. Like,
oh well, you haven't spoken to us. We can balance that scale, my friend.
I was hypnotized. Like I actually enjoyed it, but then in retrospect, I was like, yeah, I just forgave all that like just blatant propaganda.
They portray like America as this, and don't get me wrong, America has its shit, but they portray America as this like fucking evil, tyrannical shithole. And you can say, okay, well, they've done this and that, fine. They then portray Soviet Russia as this like beautiful fucking equality-filled bastion of human rights and awesomeness. She like goes in the streets and everyone's playing chess. She abandons her like evil American fucking Secret Service protector who's, you know, keeping her safe. She's like
overbearing and also trying to fuck her.
She's like, you know what? Everything he said about Russia is wrong. I'm going to be amongst the people. Not knowing immediately if she did that, she'd be abducted by the Russian government.
No, but they're sneaky.
Used as a pawn.
They're sneaky about it because it's like just intimidating enough to, I don't know, at least pull the wool over my eyes. And maybe I'm just stupid. But yeah.
What do you mean intimidating? Oh, what, Russia?
Yeah, well, just like the like little chess hall they do the shit in.
Did you not? I fucking loved it. They're like, the thing about those Russians is they work together. The thing about those Russians is they really know how to get along for the common good of the people.
I wish everybody could just do their part equally.
Yeah. You know, they really don't seem to have a big wealth disparity in that country. Because it's because everyone's fucking poor. Yeah, there's no wealth inequality because everyone's fucking eating crumbs. Sorry. Also, everything in that film was done by a dude. Just saying.
Oh, you mean it was based on a real American boy that went and did all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are culture vultures.
Wait, I thought that I thought it was a made up.
It's not going to work because we're just.
It's going to be in. Justin's going to agree with me. He's going to be like, "That was funny. It was a joke. We can joke."
I thought that.
Connor, all right, pause for a second, and now proceed.
Come table.
I thought that. The reason that like I sat there when I was watching it with her for a little bit was because it felt kind of like a Remember the Titans kind of deal, where she like, you know, she like freaks out, does these things, but then she like, you know, there's like the dickheads who say that she can't beat them. It's like the nice like rise up and overcome type deal, like a sports movie, and I feel like that's where it was like I guess, motivating, or kind of gave you that feeling of you being yeah, all right, get
it, girl.
But I also like that actress a lot. She was in The Witch.
Oh yeah,
she's
fit.
That, Don.
Oh, she was the fucking.
That's right.
Really?
How'd you forget the football pitch between her eyes?
Well, I remember
you like that
Peaky
movie.
Blinders.
It's just the last 3 minutes is not very. Probably could have been a little better.
The last 10 or 15 minutes.
No, the last 10 or 15 minutes it's just literally the last it's just like literally after she signs the contract with the devil.
It's the same thing as Hereditary. Like any kind of arc is just like thrown out at the end, and he already got that trick.
That was
off
a
in
way
The Witch.
more justified arc, though.
Didn't you guys do this in episode 1 already?
Did we? I thought we just did it on our own personal.
We definitely did. And I said I was going to go watch it and debate it. And I'm not going to debate you, dude. First of all, that's gay.
Okay,
well, I'm not doing a debate on a podcast. You keep
I would never say.
it back up.
I would never say. I'm not going to debate you, dude. That's gay. that is like so.
I remember you said that vertebrum.
If I said that, then that is despicable because that.
You were like, that is so fucking homo, dude.
Which part is
so? Don't touch me. What are you, gay?
Yeah, why do you suck a dick, dude? That's what you said.
Yeah.
I thought it was very unnecessary and aggressive.
I don't care if you're gay. Just don't tell me.
Just don't talk. Don't talk to me about it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like mine if you're together, but married. It's way it goes so off the course.
Hey, what you do behind closed doors? That's on you.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell. But yeah, I remember I wanted to give it a chance though because I like that actress and she's in some good stuff.
What I wanted to say about the Queen's Gambit, final note, is the whole premise of the series was her God, people only care what I have to say and do and stuff because I'm a girl, and that's wrong. And that was their message. Missing the complete fucking irony that that's what their whole series was based on. She's a girl and she's doing it.
Yeah, she's
and
the
that's
first
different and
competitive.
Cool. But you can't have the message be, we shouldn't be like that, and then also fucking do that with your series.
I think it. Do you think it just missed the mark of just being it needs to be equal or whatever? Of there shouldn't be an extremist of either side.
Do you think
that was
the
initial
communist? I think it was just communist fanfic.
It was faux feminism art piece covering this this giant sickle coming out of the ground, hammer and sickle.
That's right. Her giant forehead and her fucking football pitch eye gap was covering the big. The big hammer and sickle.
Yeah, and she's playing chess on top of it.
She does her little dance, her little sexy girl dance. Yeah, I saw through it. Me and Don, we know, right, bud?
I was hypnotized.
He was hypnotized by her swaying hips.
Didn't communist Russia basically start because Rasputin? Wasn't Rasputin the pure reason that the Tsar or the Tsars fell? And have you read about that at all or heard about that?
I can't remember.
He was banging Romanov's wife, right?
I thought he was just around. Well, he got shot.
He was like, I am a holy man and I can heal people. And people were just the royal family was
okay.
Just okay, cool. And he's sitting in on board meetings. They're listening to this bumbling fucking wizard in the corner for these important decisions. I don't know if we should do that. He's actually, sitting in the background. Actually, maybe we can distribute more bread or whatever type deal. And it just caused this he had the long beard. He had the long beard.
Yeah, you're doing it as if you had a beard once, and you're.
Yeah, but it was never that long. Even if I had my rig, it wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, well, that's why it's so interesting.
Have you heard about his death and how fucking crazy it was?
Wasn't he shot a bunch of times?
He was shot. He was drowned, gagged, fucking.
He was they fed him cyanide. They shot him 17 times, and then they found out he died of He didn't even die of drowning. He died of hypothermia.
Yeah, he died
even though he drowned.
He died because he was cold. He's
lead couldn't stop him.
They put his fucking bloody corpse, and he's like, they throw him they throw him to a fucking river. Turns out the guy can breathe underwater for fucking 4 days. It's just he got cold. I'm pretty sure they based in the first Hellboy movie. I'm pretty sure the guy was based off of Rasputin. who like had like he had like the remember that he was like when you stabbed him, sand would come out, and he had like the spinny thing. He was a badass guy that had the two like daggers, assassin dude. He was awesome.
Right. That was cute. That was a cute little move. I like that.
Yeah,
he had
the daggers. Remember the like he held them. They were like police batons, but like swords, and they would he'd hold like this, and they'd go down like that, and he'd slice and shit. It was sick. I remember I saw that movie. I saw that movie 4 times in theaters when I was a kid. I was fucking obsessed with it. I had my dad take me to 3 of them, and he slept every time, just snoring so loud in an empty theater. My dad.
Did you sit away from him?
No, I just sat right by. I mean, I was a kid. I just sat by him, but I was like looking at the screen, like and like the giant like fucking Cthulhu tentacle comes out and grabs him, and like there's a sick fight scene, and I was like, oh, my dad's just like.
I mean,
if
I had to take my son to the same film 3 times, I might get some shut-eye too.
Well, I don't know.
It's just entertaining your son's autistic fucking obsession with this giant red demon man, and you're just like a working guy from the south.
Like, I know you're 15.
I'd just be like, God damn, I'm sleeping through this fucking nightmare. I don't blame him.
Low effort father-son time. See, $15, you check the box, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
respect.
Yeah, he was probably like pulling a 30-hour shift in the coal mine, Hunter.
There was a lot of bonding moments for the Hancock clan, so sometimes you just had to go see a movie. I remember one time when I was a kid, like when I was pretty young. I remember I told my grandpa, I was like, "Can we go see Emperor's New Groove?" And he was like, I remember him blatantly saying that's gay, and we went and saw Saving Silverman instead, which was that Jack Black film from the 90s.
Yeah.
That's not bad though. I mean, it seems like you did okay.
Oh, I mean, I loved it when I saw it. It was awesome. It probably wasn't appropriate for a child to see at the time.
For some reason, like in my head, you've never had grandparents.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of curious. What's your grandpa like?
He was a good man. He's
Come on, Hunter, give us more.
He's passed away now, but it came from 2 different sides. My dad's side of the family was very much like they kind of just fucked off, and they were kind of like sketchy people, and then they reintroduced themselves back into his life kind of whenever I was born, but they were more of like free spirit, kind of like hippie, blah, blah, blah. My mom's side of the family was very like, not like even conservative. It's just my grandpa was very into sports and like a very 50s lifestyle type deal of like, you go to work, you come home, blah, blah, blah. But they were awesome. I mean, my grandpa Ed, who was like the conservative dude, he was a fucking great guy. Very, like, if I asked him, be like, hey, can we see Emperor's New Groove? He'd like, no, but we can watch Cobb on VHS, which is just like, he watched the same movie, which Cobb is about Ty Cobb, who was like a baseball player in the fucking late 1800s. And it's a movie with Tommy Lee Jones. And he'd be like, we can watch Cobb. And it's just Tommy Lee Jones saying the N-word for like an hour and a half. I was like,
isn't this great?
And he's just like, he's the greatest of all time. It was a good time. But yeah.
So your dad's parents were just kind of like in and out of his life?
My dad's parents were never married. My grandma, I remember, like fucked off for years. And like my grandpa, I don't think my dad even knew his dad until he was like 13 or 14.
So by like the standards of his upbringing, he did a pretty good job with you. Like sleeping through the cinema.
I hate that excuse though. It's like, well, I remember my mom used to always tell me this shit. It was so funny. She'd always be like, you know, I just don't get it. With his upbringing, you think that he would have done better. I'm like, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't.
Ouch.
Like, I don't know what you expect out of people should.
7-year-old Hunter.
Yeah, I'm like, these are probably larger philosophical questions that you should probably ask me when I'm older. I mean, but how was the? Okay, so I want to say though, I did say a lot of people in the comments talking about they want shop talk, so I just want to do a small shop talk section and ask how the tune's coming along.
This is a good segue. I wanted to bring up something else I've been thinking about. When you go... I tried. Yes! When you guys do shop talk, which I think you should do, because I think it'd be good.
It's a great idea. I'm telling you.
It's a good idea. When you do it, though, you have to talk about shop talk. You can't divert into funny memes. I want you to talk about the kind of shit you talk about when you do shop talk on this podcast. And people are like, I love shop talk. No, they like the 10 minutes of excruciatingly cut content between 50 minutes of shop talk. You guys don't fucking understand. So anyway, if you guys do shop talk, you have to talk shop. You can't talk Dragon Ball Z. You can't... Because shop talk should fail. As soon as it's not shop talk, people are going to think it's successful.
Shut up, Hunter. We have to talk shop.
Great
Yeah.
man.
Starts to tell me about your dog or something.
Great man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Don, this kind of reminds me of... He like grabs me by the fucking neck and like fucking puts me down. He's like, don't fucking shop talk. Like,
maybe that could be a feature.
I'm happy.
That actually
like,
sounds kind of fun.
I'm happy about shop talk, but if you start talking about fun things, then it's no longer. People are gonna be like, shop talk's great.
Shop talk and fun things can correlate. They exist beautifully. There's a lot of great bits and shit from shop talk. I can imagine that are gonna come out of it. New ideas or new.
If I don't hear any talk about frame labels and fucking property menus, then it's not shop talk.
It could be. We've never really talked about frame labels, though, have we? On our shop talk?
You guys have gone into fucking specific tool settings in Flash, and I'm like, Justin, we have to cut this whole 40
helpful.
minutes.
Yeah, that's helpful. For
Yeah, that's helpful for the 5 people.
Like I would have liked to hear that when I was younger. Wait, what did he say? And I'd rewind it and like look for it in the program. Yeah, I would do that.
Oh, that's awesome. No visual aid. That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh well, I guess they're awesome though. I like them anyway. Like that's what I would do. They're all okay. Yeah, great. I'll buy their merch.
A key part.
I'll sign up for Meat Canyon's Patreon. I'll buy Meat Canyon merch.
Some shit.
What'd you say?
We're building some shit while we're talking about it. I think that's a main element.
Yeah. Something that has nothing to do with animation while we talk about animation. Like building a spice rack. And then it's like, and then by the time it's done, it's like, there you go.
I like that though.
Just like the power tools drowning out.
Yeah, like the meme of it is that there's really no sound processing. So he'll be like, yeah, so I was like, sure. He's like talking, like, we don't stop the conversation. And it's going to be that. It's going to be great. Be like, yeah, well, sometimes you have to add more smear fan and say, like, I mean, like, it's going to be great. Not acoustically treated, too, so it sounds like we're in a fucking cave and shit. We'll just have, like, mic lapels. It's just, yeah. We have to like scream into its peaking the entire time. I had I forgot to say, I need to bring this up before I forget. Have you ever been in a grocery store and see someone eating a sealed product, and it's like you so desperately want to tattle? I saw a man in a store recently when I was getting groceries, and this guy had a bag of goldfish open, and he was eating it.
What's goldfish?
The like crackers, like cheddar, like cheese crackers.
Oh, okay.
And he was eating it, but it was like he was like putting his hand in the bag, and then he would like still wear his mask, and he would like put his hand up under his mask, and you could like see him eating. And it was one of the grossest things I've ever seen, because you could see like bits of crumbs falling from under his mask, and it was just like cheesy hand like. And I remember I was like looking at him. And it was a thing where he was down the aisle, and we like turned, like we saw each other, and he was like, and I was like looking down the aisle, just like, and then it was like this awkward interaction, and I felt bad because I wanted to tattle, but I was like, should I tattle? It felt like almost
you
like
might have still paid for him.
Yeah, you can still check out with the wrapper. I've done that before.
It's just, to me, I'm like, I want to go up to somebody and be like, can he do that? Is that ethical right now almost?
You just pay with the wrapper.
It's pretty common in England, like just walking around the shop eating the. I don't do it because I think it's weird, but it's pretty common.
There's something
I still would accidentally.
I feel like there's a difference though between like sipping on a Coke or like even a candy bar versus like opening a bag and then like you're walking around and you're just like,
dude, actually I remember walking around a shop.
Philosophical question, but how big was the bag?
I mean, like just the standard goldfish size, right? But it's still just like a
little snack bag. That's not too bad,
dude. I actually remember walking around the shop with my wife, like making a sandwich out of the products that we hadn't bought yet.
Holy shit!
I was so hungry. I opened the salami, opened the bread, just make a sandwich.
I saw somebody get mad at somebody. I saw somebody get mad for eating a grape before they bought. Like they were testing the grape, which I thought that was just a universal thing people did. And this
Wait, that's fucked.
You test the grape?
If I'm eating something, I'm buying it. I'm not going to test.
Talking about?
I'm not going to reach into them because a thousand grape packets along the aisle. I'm like,
You go to the grape and you will like you'll pick one out of the bag. You don't like fist fuck the bag. You just grab one. And I just remember a person like walking.
You don't have the dexterity to not fist fuck the bag. Don't lie.
No. You're
just like, no.
You go in and you very daintily grab one and then you eat it and you're like, oh, that's good. And you grab the bag and put it in. Because sometimes you have like a sour batch of grapes and they're just like more watery than they are sweet. It's bad time. But this one old woman was like sitting there and she was like, like very old woman. She like did that. And this guy came up and he was like, just like, what the fuck? Like right up to her. This is when I was like 15 and I worked in the produce department. It was so fucking uncomfortable. It was like she's eating grapes out of the bag. And it was like that.
He fucking screamed, kicked up a storm.
And I was like, I'm like 15. I don't really know the policy of grape eating. I'm like, I don't know. She's like, I just wanted to try one of the grapes. I'm like, I mean, it seems harmless. The guy's like, oh, fuck. And he like walked off.
I think I'm kind of with that guy. Like if you bought grapes and when you take one off, it leaves like the little fruit stalactite. If I bought a bag of grapes,
yeah, you're like looking at it, and there's
fresh,
one little nub.
They were like fresh missing grapes.
Oh my god!
I don't think it should be a whole like if I fucking open it up and like there's just like half a grape and the rest just looks like a fucking barren tree branch, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Which I guess to be fair, you pay for the weight of it, so it's not like you got gypped. But I guess just the fact that it feels like
someone's pawing through your fucking grapes.
Yeah, I feel that, but just one. I mean, I don't know.
I just said I don't understand the like philosophical incongruity with that you hate the guy eating goldfish that's probably going to pay for the bag and scan the barcode.
Because grapes are already open, and it's like you try like there's a difference between like trying a grape to see how sweet the grapes are in this batch that you got versus opening a sealed bag of like fucking pizza flavored goldfish. During a pandemic, mind you, and like putting
you want him to take his mask off?
It's not like he's putting the bag back.
You want him to cough all over you?
He's gonna take a
You're like, he's sneaking them under his mask. What you're saying is he should like rip his mask off, cough in your face, and then cram them in his mouth.
No one else has to interact with that bag. He's not putting an open bag.
Yeah, but then he's like walking around the store, he's grabbing shit. I mean, it's just like
you're talking about. He's getting pizza dust on other shit.
Probably, or just like being around. He's like, I mean, it's just unpleasant. It's like,
hey, that's a good point though. If this guy's touching his saliva and shit and putting it all over products, now you're spreading.
He's walking around like you're seeing a man.
That's just a problem with eating in general in the store, not eating like a product that he's going to pay for anyway.
Well, I mean.
I think it's especially if you're talking about COVID, it's definitely worse to put your fucking hands in someone else's grapes.
That is also I agree. I'm with you.
Eating your own goldfish that you're going to pay for anyway. It's not like you're putting the open bag.
I'm just saying that I think that it's just
he's right. You're incongruent.
I don't like pizza goldfish.
You do a better impression of Hunter.
I don't like pizza goldfish, actually. I'm from Missouri.
I don't like them goldfish pizza.
It was just upsetting. Like, I was just like, have respect for yourself and have respect for the people in the store.
Was he like a big fat guy, too?
Just like stuffing. No, it was like just trying to paint it's like picture. One of those skinny fat people where it was just kind of like,
okay.
Like, I don't know, put on the weight or don't, but just like get rid of this.
Make a fucking choice.
It was just the amount too. It was just all so like offensively disgusting of like, I mean, I've never seen anyone in my life beside this guy grab a handful and like put it in your mouth. Like, I've seen people have like three...
Did he look like a horse eating out one of those bags?
Yeah, it was just some like leftover goldfish in the mask. Like
probably. It was just so... I mean, he was just like...
Pebbles.
He was
probably
just like...
mixed the dust from the inside of his mask.
And it was like a thing too where he like had to hold his cart. So then when he like would fist the bag, he would have to like use his knuckle to scrape up underneath. So it was like him like being like... like it was just like way too much. And I remember like looking at him and just being like, my God. Like, I just felt just so gross watching this man do this. It was...
I would have expected something like this from you, honestly.
From you sent me to eat goldfish like that. What?
Yeah, that's my image of you in my head.
Like,
leave me alone. Yeah, I don't know.
And also, the grape thing I would be uncomfortable with during this pandemic as well. This was pre-pandemic.
Don't pretend like you give a fuck about the pandemic.
Okay.
Don't pretend like you don't hop on every plane.
I don't want to get on this. I don't want to get on the
Mr.
subject. We've already done this. This is a dead meme.
Frequent flyer miles.
Anyway, you've racked up more miles this pandemic than ever in your life.
It's been a great year for my credit card.
Your airline rewards.
My fly points.
Your fucking wife is going to like Kung Fu. And you're like, well, you know, she's not going to catch it from Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They literally fight.
I mean,
they fight the pain. They fight the disease.
They fight the germs.
All right. Well,
yeah,
like I said, dead meme. I'm not.
It's not a dead meme until everyone's got the vaccine.
Until everyone has hyperautism. I'm not getting your fake liberal drug. I'm kidding.
You did say that you expect us to catch autism from the vaccine. I don't know if you could easily walk that back. Was it though?
It was 100%.
Earlier, I was making some very funny jokes that are still in this podcast.
And
you were saying they weren't,
and you being racist
they weren't
and stuff
jokes.
that I don't think was.
And now you're saying that Chinese people are spreading the virus.
Once again, that's kind of you bringing race into this conversation again, where it really isn't necessary.
Cum table. No? Okay.
That's another marker, like a nice easy cut for Justin.
Cum table.
Do you think that whenever we have the spot together, what do you think is one thing? I think collectively we need to come together to not come table.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
All right, immediately shut it down. We need to come together.
Yeah.
We need to join together to have something for the office that is a thing of pride. Whether it's a statue, the bust of someone's head needs to be something. And no, not cum table.
A thing of pride.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think a water feature would be fun.
Like
a statue of all three of us, like jacked as fucking twined together, and
something that's realistic, though, right?
Oh,
even if it's a tiny fountain.
What do you mean by realistic? Like realistically achievable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like whether it's like
can we not get like a statue made?
Well, what I was gonna say is like whether it's like a fucking some kind of statue, because you can get probably statues of something that's pre-existing for like maybe $1,000
and modify it
or something, and you can modify it.
Couldn't you like make that shit out of foam? You're handy.
Not like a fountain, though.
No, not a fountain, just a statue. Can you make it out of foam? A foam fountain. just disintegrates over time.
It's like shooting up in the air.
I was just talking to Hunter about how, and you tried to shame me for this once.
I tried to shame you.
You tried to shame me for this.
That's probably right.
You don't play games like, you don't play any silly games when you're peeing. You don't try and make peeing more of an experience for yourself. But Hunter does. Like me.
How do you try to make it?
I will like
using
see
your hands, so you don't have to wash your hands.
I will see how far I can get away from the toilet whilst pissing
classic.
into it.
Yeah,
like how much distance you can get.
The Olympics.
That's all well and good if you don't share a bathroom. Like I don't care what you do to your.
I wipe up the errant piss.
The Olympic trials of peeing, the distance. There's also the sharpshooter when there's like a dry piece of shit on the toilet and you can like shoot that and just like lock in on it.
Yeah, you dislodge it.
It's like a carnival game.
Do you squeeze and release? Yeah.
No, I don't.
You do play.
I don't pinch. It's just
you are an athlete.
I mean, there's no challenge if you don't pinch. Yeah, obviously you're just moving the stream over. Whatever.
You pinch the base of the tip.
How is that sharp
This man is a philosopher. Listen to him.
That's fucking spray and pray.
Do you
you're the guy who's
That's
got
like
the
if your
fucking
sniper rifle
automatic
had
gun.
like a ever-present laser
fucking-
beam that you just slice people with. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Do you pinch the base of the tip?
Ooh, I'd have to like.
My arms aren't long enough to pinch the tip. Come on, guys, huh?
Moving right along.
I like pinching.
I'd have to.
Do you ever?
I think the base is kind of weird.
You know, you would think
myself.
that right underneath the head would be the great gates, but for me, I like doing a nice fucking gorilla grip on the base of my cock and really cutting it off.
I think there's some great proportion of males that like have gone like pissing together, which I've never done or understood.
I probably wouldn't.
What do you mean pissing together?
Hunter, you strike me as a guy that would have at a party.
No.
What do you mean pissing together though? Like explain the act.
Stand at a party
side by
and you're
side.
drunk with your friend and you go take a piss with your friend and you
Sword
cross
fight.
streams. It's sword fight.
Oh, I mean, like you've obviously pissed up against a wall next to a friend.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between pissing like outside with a buddy. It's like, yeah, that's all we have, versus like going into a bathroom, shutting a door, and then being like, wee, or something like that, which is what it feels more.
I can't think of a time I've done it, but I must have, because in the UK there's a lot of like troughs. You know, it's just like a piss wall, and you all stand there together.
But we're talking like pretty much like at a person's house where it's a conscious decision to be like, do you have to pee? We could pee together, and like you pee at the same time.
Yeah, that's maybe weird.
That's weird.
I'm not about that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being in a public restroom and like pissing next to people, where it's just like, well, this is just what we do type deal, versus, yeah, the conscious decision. The act of going into a bathroom with another man to pee and then like shutting the door behind you for both of your privacy, that's where it gets odd for me. That's where you're like, maybe this is where it's like, this probably isn't necessary.
Huh. I thought you were a true devotee of the P-Olympics. Don, you got a fucking, let's do a little round robin to like episode 1 or whatever, or 2. You got a bidet, right?
Oh yeah, it changed my life.
Oh yes,
it's amazing.
Yes,
did we talk about this yet?
Yeah.
Well, Hunter was talking about how he has one, and I did not yet buy yours from you. I have since bought yours and installed it, which was a giant pain in the ass.
You broke the toilet.
But yeah, I won't. Shit
you won't go back.
Else. Yeah, I think it would suck to shit anywhere else.
It's gonna be tough to shit anywhere else.
Yeah,
You're like, you come up to the home and excuse me.
Well, I mean, I'll just install.
You'll install your own, yeah.
You take it with you in a backpack
I'm
everywhere
not using
you go.
someone else's bidet that they've like pissed on the nozzle and shit. You know,
you piss on the nozzle of the bidet.
I would not trust someone else's nozzle to be clean.
Yeah, it is pretty close. Going to a stranger's bidet.
You know, if
I'd probably wipe it off before I used it.
Yeah.
You would use someone else's bidet.
Yeah, I'd probably take like, I mean, if it was somebody I knew, I probably wouldn't care. But if it was like a stranger's, I would still use the stranger's bidet, but I'd probably take off like a piece of toilet paper and like use the knob.
It goes back to what I was saying before. I really feel like the more you know a person, the less you can trust them.
I feel the opposite.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, boys, but how are we gonna divvy up the bathrooms?
How are the bathrooms going to be divvied up when we all live together? There is 2.5 bathrooms.
Get a designated bathroom, or are we just sharing and caring?
I mean, there's got to be. Well, there's got to be.
Well, it's going to be whatever's closest.
There's got to be the master bathroom that is reserved only for us, and then there has to be a guest bathroom. But there has to be a lock, like I said, our thumbprint lock on the door to the bathroom that is communal, and it will be some place where someone's like, I can't get into this one. Oh, don't worry about it. Go down to the trash bathroom. We make it a trash bathroom.
So okay, we are sharing a bathroom then.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the problem? What's the problem with that?
No, that's fine. As Don brought it up, said, are we sharing and caring or not?
Yeah.
Well, but then we're also sharing the bidet because I need a bidet.
That's fine.
Bidet. Yeah.
I mean, I trust you guys not to piss and shit all over
this.
All the fucking piss Olympics going on.
The piss Olympics will not be had near the bidet knob.
You can't prove that.
I'm not signing any fucking contracts.
All right, well then clean up. We'll have a little baby wipe station as well. By the bidet.
Just put some Olympic rings on one of the bathroom doors, and that's the.
You know what we could do? We could do like, instead of like an employee cleanup thing, it's like if you did piss Olympics, it's like, did you clean up afterwards? It's like a little sign-off sheet with like the clipboard and pen, like the string pen.
I'm not sharing a pen.
And you do the deal? Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sharing your cock pen.
That's pre-wash up. Yeah, that's not it's not gonna work.
Thought, how the fuck are we gonna keep this place clean? Are we gonna clean it ourselves?
Lexi wondered if she could be the maid.
Why?
A nominal fee.
Oh, but we have to.
I don't know if I want your evil girlfriend sniffing around the house, stealing things.
Yeah, she'll probably steal things. That's something she's want to do.
Where the fuck did our 7 camera lenses go? Lexi's like walking out with like a tote bag of stuff. All right, I'll see you next week. Ideal. Spraying like lemon pledge.
Wouldn't that be fucking weird for you? You want your girlfriend coming into the Chad zone?
I don't care. I'm assuming she cleans it every other week anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, but your house. Yeah, but it's your house now. Is the thing.
Yeah, the whole dream was no fucking women allowed.
I mean, do you want to do the chores? I don't want to.
No, you hire someone.
Yeah, so why not just hire her?
Because she's your girlfriend. It's weird.
You hire someone.
Do you masturbate over pictures of your girlfriend? Because I feel like you're the kind of guy who would do that.
I do not.
I don't believe you.
Honestly,
this tracks.
Don,
I thought about it, but
this is a.
You thought about it.
You probably could.
I don't have any.
I was just trying to throw you under a bus, and you're just like, yeah, throw me, dude.
I don't have any pictures like that. So
you never asked your girl.
You mean just like a smiling, happy picture, like clothed and stuff? Like, oh yeah.
Oh, your baby looks so happy.
God, this was such a fun day. Like the beach or something like that.
We had such a good time.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was such a great Wednesday.
Picture of her petting a goat or something at the zoo.
Yeah. Oh, he was a biter. Like,
Good boy.
Oh shit. The problem with this, though, the situation immediately, Tom, I don't know if you thought this, is Don having midday fuck sessions secretly, and one of us is going to walk in on it, and it's going to be a bad time.
That is going to pose an issue.
I think this is all a fucking Trojan horse so that they can have lunch together for 3 hours every day.
I just don't want to walk in and see like Don's asshole and his balls, and then like his girl spread, and then like he's like, "Get out!" Type deal.
But Don is my office. Get out!
Yeah. Why are you on my stuff? Type deal.
If you don't want me on the tentacle dildo, then don't have it in your room.
Yeah. God, thank you for coming to Austin.
You keep waving this thing around. I'm like, it's been idle in my office. It's not.
What do you expect, Hunter? That's right.
That's an expensive piece. Is it like
it's like $70.
Imagine
bucks?
no, it's like it's $100.
I'm not gonna buy that myself.
It's $100.
$100.
Imagine walking in and you see Don's, like, the shot in the porn where it's like the from the back. It's the from the back deal, and you see the guy's asshole.
The worst shot in all porn.
And you see Don's asshole.
That sticky.
And it's all the way to the fucking brim, and it's just that out of his asshole.
It looks like one of those giant ear studs, but for your asshole.
Yeah, you're like fucking deal like that.
Yeah, it's almost
your butthole is just as loose when you take it out.
Sensor dot. Yeah, you wouldn't see anything.
It's a sensor dot.
And that's why I'm getting a fingerprint lock for my fucking door. Because that's exactly, he's like, yeah, Lexi's coming over to clean. If you guys want to like take a walk around, I think the neighborhood's like cleaned up. It's looking really good. It's like, why are you trying to get us out? No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to.
Oh, just real nice. Yeah.
Just a nice area. I'd probably do, if you did that, I'd probably masturbate in your room several times to make up for it. And I would come, and I probably would not clean one of them up.
And I would scoot in afterwards with a dustpan and brush for the cum table. Yes.
No, Tom, no! Like, I'm like a spray bottle. He's like... So stupid.
Fucking spatula.
Yeah.
Fucking chiseling it off. I have to reheat it to melt it again.
Spatula, but it has the fucking like holes in it, so it's like still dripping out. And he's like, running through the house with it.
Just running. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind. Lexi can come.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get so with there's the 2-story house with it, right? Is there gonna be any flags in the house, like war banisters? You know what I mean? Those cool long ones.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. I was gonna say that should be the thing instead of a statue.
Hunter, we're not flying the Confederate battle flag inside the house.
Didn't say that. Once again,
I didn't unironically have that thought. That's not what I was saying.
That's not the flag you were thinking of.
That's what Hunter was thinking.
No, not at all. Once again, I'm.
Wouldn't it be like cool if we had some war banners?
Like, I don't know,
just like
anything in particular. Like, maybe people who like didn't really lose, but people said they did, or something. I don't know. I was gonna say, instead of a statue, that could be something dope to get made. That's like actually reasonable. That won't cost thousands of fucking dollars, like a fountain of us jacked or some shit.
I would 100% be. I want to make like every fucking inch of the house you walk in, you're like excited to be there. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's so boring and like so many people talk shit about our background and they're right. There's just nothing in here.
Oh yeah, it's gone unacknowledged. So we're splitting house and leaving this house, and obviously we've talked a lot about making this house the studio when Hunter comes. But we're temporarily in this room, so we don't have a big fancy expensive YouTube money backdrop like Hunter.
In it, you fucking 1%.
Two fucking Tesla truck.
2 cans of paint, a fake plant from IKEA, and $7 shelves
your fucking
from Amazon.
Great grandfather who fought in the Civil War on the wrong side, giving you all of his oil money so you could fucking buy your stupid battle jacket.
His old crusty hand reaching out. His like old hand reaching out and giving me a check. Take this, but no. The wrong side won type deal. Also, how old would that man have to be? He's like 7 generations old. He's like fucking blind and shit.
Good blood.
Yeah, Hardy genetics.
I love you, Pops. Looking at him. He's like long fucking
Don't let
fingernails.
me down, Hunter. The South will rise again.
I'm like, I just don't think it's happening. I don't think it's looking like it's
you
not.
You will go forth and make a YouTube channel and get millions of followers.
Yeah, he's sitting there and he's just exactly. He like comes to me in my dreams and he's just like, you will come forward and be a parody channel and the South will rise again.
Disseminate the facts, Hunter.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. And that's what he says. I'm like, you don't even really sound that confident about what you're saying. It all sounds I don't know. All pretty odd.
We wanted to we made like a home gym. We wanted to basically like poster bomb the whole room with big fat titties, 80s chicks with the perm and everything, and like just jacked bodybuilders and shit, and like plastered. Yeah, you get a picture. It was gonna be pretty cool.
I demand like
writer's room, though.
I demand like Lamborghini. Like stock photo Lamborghini posters as well that you
dude, Wolf of Wall Street shit for sure. Have you ever thought like, obviously you see like a hot naked woman, right? It gets your fucking pistons pumping. Do you ever think if you were surrounded by that shit in a gym, it would make you lift better?
That's scientifically proven.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even if you just talk to like the receptionist or whatever, if she's female, you get a better workout. Fucking animals. Dude.
There's been studies of guys that have pictures of girls in the gym. It's like not ego lifting, but you will push harder.
You just stick it on the bottom of the bench bar. Yeah, kiss it as it comes down.
You do a little like a pussy.
Pussy, yeah, a big asshole. I'm getting so fucking big.
You hold the bar.
What a terrible way to die. You've got like the fucking barbell pussy in your mouth.
What a great way to die. That's right.